Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am checking out Lawrence tasting American crab cakes for the first time. We have tried them, I believe. James's mum made them for us. I really like crab cakes. I like fish cakes, etc. James, not too much of a fan. If I remember rightly, he was okay with them, I think. But anyway, we're checking out Lawrence. I can't believe he's never tried them before though. That's crazy, living there all this time. But I guess if you're not into that kind of thing, then why would you choose that? I'm excited to see him make them and to see what his reaction is going to be. If you could leave a like and subscribe here, that would be amazing. And Lawrence's links are in the description, but if you could wait till after this video to go and check him out if you haven't done already. I'm sure most of you probably already have checked him out though before. There is also a link in the description to our GoFundMe page if you can want to donate for our America trip next year. We really appreciate it. If not, ignore me and let's get on with the video. What have we got?
To the United States, I've come across plenty of dishes that look like variations on food from back home. And this video is sponsored by Mondly, who are offering 96% off lifetime access at mondly.app/lostinthepond. Instead of scones, they have biscuits, although they do also have scones. They're just a lot different from the scones we have in the UK. And instead of Yorkshire puddings, they have popovers. But as somebody who grew up surrounded by a UK fishing industry that once flourished in my hometown of Grimsby, there's one American dish I've always wanted to try. Crab cakes. Crab cakes are basically fish cakes that are popular in parts of the US that were named after places in Britain, basically the East Coast. But
I was going to say that. Are they like most popular like in New England? Let me know in the comments below.
In a state named after one of our monarchs, Maryland. And today, from my house in Chicago, I'm competing with the workmen. I'll be learning how to make Maryland crab cakes, and hopefully, if all goes well, you'll get my verdict at the end. Of course, if you love learning about the differences between our two countries and you haven't yet subscribed, do that now.
And here, please, and here. Got an ad. We're gonna just skip through the ad. We don't need to cut the video, give James more work.
In the process of making the crab cakes, I'll be interested to see how they compare with the battered fish cakes of my youth. At my chippy, these were battered in much the same way as the fish and contained not just fish, but also potato for some reason. They were amazing. But looking at today's recipe, which we found at sugarspunrun.com, Maryland crab cakes are a different animal altogether. I've just realised that's literally true. Follow me to the kitchen.
It is true.
Firstly, we're going to add in 6 tablespoons of the world's greatest condiment, mayonnaise. And next, your egg. This is the binder. This is what glues everything together. It's like the Force, but from a chicken. Next, I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard and use clever editing in this shot to make you think that it's the yolk of the egg. And sticking with yellow lemon juice, because what would seafood be without lemon? That's also going to be a teaspoon. And then this stuff, this is Old Bay seasoning, or actually specifically this is Old Bay crab cake classic mix. And apparently you can't make crab cakes on the East Coast, specifically in Maryland, without using this.
Okay,
now
that's
this
good to know.
is also some yellow but in the video that this recipe came from, it was brown so I don't know if I've got the wrong Either way, it's some sort of Old Bay seasoning, and so if it's the wrong kind, I'm sure you'll be perfectly placid about that in the comments section. Next, the recipe calls for fresh parsley, and I don't have fresh parsley, I just have dried parsley. We're going to put 1.5 teaspoons in there, so 3 of these. Then the recipe calls for black pepper, which I don't have any of. We've got regular pepper over there. Can we just use regular pepper? About 7 dashes. We do have the salt. I've run out of clean measuring things, so I'm just going to put some dashes of this in. And then we just mix it together and make sure that the egg is broken up, that everything is balanced out. I feel like there's a lot of parsley in there. Hopefully that's all right. It's coming together. And
there is a lot of parsley in there. I don't know if he overdid the parsley or not, but there's a lot of green.
No, for something that had so much yellow in it, the mixture actually it's quite yellow. Now, it's one thing to suggest that Britain and America are 2 nations divided by a common language. It's quite another to learn a second language. And now comes the best part. We get to add the crab meat itself. The recipe calls for an entire pound. And crab meat, just generally speaking, is really expensive. So you want to make sure that you don't waste any of it and you get all those little bits out. Get out.
That looks like really good fresh crab though. That looks really white.
We're supposed to add 1/2 cup of panko crumbs, but unfortunately we didn't have any of those either. So I spent 10 minutes crushing up crackers, and then you just make sure to kind of mix it all.
The video is great. He is really trying.
is evenly distributed and evenly covered in the other ingredients that are in here. Pull that up because we've got a few crumbs at the bottom. It's like my couch. I don't know, what do you think at home? I think it's looking quite
good.
even. I wouldn't eat it like this. I think that just feels a bit weird. Although the crab meat is, you know, already pre-cooked, it's ready to eat. But I have a big hang up about eating seafood cold. And do you know why that is? When I lived in Grimsby, I actually worked in one of the fish factories for 6 hours before I quit because I spent the day, or the 6 hours, knocking the scales off cold fish. And that, it put me off cold fish forever. And scales. How do you butter a tray? Do you just sort of take butter and do that?
I'm just trying to think like what kind of fish would you eat cold, but I guess like if you like tuna fish, I guess in a sandwich. I guess if you eat a sandwich, it's gonna be cold, isn't it? But yeah, I generally, apart from tuna, I like my fish warm.
I think I've over buttered it. Now, here comes the bit that I've been dreading. We have to use a measuring jug to scoop out the mixture into different balls. Don't you dare. And the idea here is to make them into good, solid balls. And apparently we do that by packing it against the side of the bowl here. Oh, it's coming out. Don't tell Sam from the recipe, but I'm just gonna, can you do that? It's stuck in there. There we go, but it's
that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good.
I will have better ones. Now, contrary to what I'm used to with fish cakes, you don't necessarily flatten them at this point. You just keep them in this kind of ball shape. I've got little bits sticking off this one. That's because I'm a novice, but also I think it looks quite fun. Fun in it's shaped like a weird fish type way, which is good for seafood.
It shows that he has done this homemade and it's his shape. There's no right shape to do a crab cake. As long as it is a crab cake in taste, doesn't matter what it looks like.
Food. Doing 8 of them, so yeah, I can have, well, I'll put one, I'll just put it there. Not good at maths. Hey, that came out! Look at that!
That looks good!
Don't look too hard, because I don't want you to judge. For some reason, it's smaller than this one, dear oh dear. So this is the one that I'll try. That way, Tara doesn't have to have a small fish cake. Tara's my wife, who deserves only the best. And she probably wouldn't like it if I continue to jabber on. So I will, so let's do this.
Oh, he's getting the hang of it. Wow. He's getting the hang of them, because those ones look really good.
Put that on there. What on earth? The first and the last. It just shows that in life, as in life, things come full circle. All right, and then the recipe says that we're just going to put a little bit of butter on top of each of these. You can do this before or after it goes in the fridge, but as Sam says, it's good to do it before because then you don't forget to do it once you take it out of the fridge, which is something that I definitely would do.
That is good, I like it. So I'm wondering how long it goes in the fridge for, because I did not know that they went in the fridge. This is news to me. I didn't know they had to go in the fridge before you cook them.
It's like cutting a mini cake. Imagine being at your wedding and all you get is a big monument
tiny little
made
square.
out of butter. Because times were tough when we got married. Next comes the plastic wrap, or as we say in Britain,
cling film.
Cling film.
Okay.
And then what, Lawrence? Well, we put them in the fridge. And it does feel slightly wrong to be doing this step when I have such feelings toward cold seafood. But they tell me that cooling it first is for the greater good, and I suppose overall composition.
Okay. Just for 30
now
minutes?
we pop them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes on 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. The crab cakes are done, and because I grew up with fish cake and chips, I think I want to do the American equivalent and have crab cakes and fries. Oh no, destroyed one. Oh, I suppose I'll have to be a martyr and eat it. Usually I would use a knife and fork to cut this, but I'm American now. Oh wow. Oh, so good. I can't actually believe it was me that made these. They call Guy Fieri the mayor of Flavortown. You're looking at the county sheriff. It's very soft. It's got a very nice texture to it. You know, in many ways, I think it's got an advantage over the fish cakes that I grew up with because it's not covered in batter, like lots of batter, to where it's like fried. And so
yeah, I think that's the problem sometimes with like the frying is that that can take away the taste of the actual like inside bit, whereas that looks like you can just taste all the flavor.
Ooh, Lawrence, how many Lorenzos out of 5 are you going to give it? I think they're so good, it would be remiss of me to not give these 5 Lorenzos out of 5. So thanks, Maryland. Do you want to try them? Okay, let me know what you think.
I have to say, before I actually take a bite, it has smelled so good in here for the last like half hour.
How do you feel about that?
This is great.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically is just crab. I don't really taste anything else beyond that, which is probably a good thing because y'all are gonna hate me, but Old Bay seasoning, too much of it, no.
She also doesn't like mayonnaise, which
I don't.
Okay,
is
so
a
that's
point of contention between us.
But I mean,
I love
mayonnaise,
mayonnaise.
mustard, not my favorite condiments, but in things, obviously very good flavor and smoothness and sumptuousness, I guess. It's a win. I like seafood a lot, and this is no exception.
How many Lorenzos out of 5 would you give it? Say 5.
5.
Thank you.
she didn't even get a choice, but oh, that was really good. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. Let me know. Do you want me to check out? Well, do you want me to try and make my own crab cakes? I don't know if they'll be good as Lawrence's. I can't promise that, but I can give it a try. His link's in the description as always, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day.